Here we have the pick ban game going on here between Gold Jungle and the Markham Narwhals. Here, playoffs for the OESL Ontario Esports League Season 6 playoffs, Round 3. We've seen the Markham Narwhals win their first 2 series, coming out of 6th place. They were the bottom team to get into playoffs and have been able to rally 2 convincing wins. But now, Gold Jungle is looking to stop this momentum and get their ticket booked to where they're 1 game away from the finals. That's right, folks. Whoever wins this, if they win their next series, they're in the finals. So 2 wins to get to the finals, and that's what's good about this format, is you guarantee to have yourself a series. Sometimes even get 2 chances. And you see 2 of the Gold Jungle bands going towards the mid laner. Flex 159, who's been having stellar playoffs. And the first pick of Kindred is really going to shape this team comp for Gold Jungle. Their jungler is Mikhail Tal, one of the higher ranked players in this whole Plat Plus League. In the Season 4 that I casted, he was the standout player of that entire league. Now in Season 6, let's see if he's going to be able to carry his team. The pick of Kayn is safe. Doesn't get any safer than Yuumi. Kayn getting buffs recently to both forms. Seeing him move up to at least the A tier, possibly the S. Just his lifesteal towards the end of the game really gets obnoxious. But so can Kindred. Alright. The power bot lane of Lucian Thresh. They're going for kills. They're not satisfied with a farm lane. So, okay, so they possibly just might take their mid laner. And they do. They decide, instead of taking the support here, they're going to get their mid laner. And that's going to give Markham Narwhals a chance to pick into this player. Who do you like into Yasuo? Personally, I'm a big Malphite fan into Yasuo. I've always liked that matchup. A lot of players wouldn't want to play Malphite in the mid lane, but just on that straight 1v1 matchup, real hard to beat, especially when you're able to put some armor. I'm going to go with the Veigar. We've seen Flex play the Veigar earlier in this playoffs. Was able to be safe in lane and then stack up the kills towards the mid game. Does play that Glacial Augment build with the Hextech Twin Shadows as the first 2 items. Definitely has shown he knows how to play this pick. Not going to have kill priority on the Yasuo. You're going to have the jungler come in. And your baby cage has to be accurate. The 2 bans are now out for Markham, Tryndamere and Thresh. Remember, Gold Jungle was flashing the Thresh. Now, whether they were doing that intentionally or as a bait, we'll have to find out at another time, but it does draw the ban. So if Gold Jungle really wanted to play that Thresh, then you have to question them flashing it. Could see Gold Jungle ban the Ezreal here. Vayne AD carry, the AD carry for Markham Narwhals, has played Vayne or Ezreal in every game so far in these playoffs. And the ban did not go through, so They would be messaging in the lobby screen about who this ban is. And the ban is Ezreal. Yeah, so as predicted, they were targeting the 80 carry. And now we're going to see a new 80 carry for Markham Narwhals. Can he play a third 80 carry? Let's see. We're seeing a lot more Kai'Sa in 10.11. My own buddy, Very Wet. Shout out, buddy, if you're watching. Said you were going to tune in. Loving the Kai'Sa now. Getting the 80 carry buff. As well as the small buff that she got individually. It was to, I believe, her Q and the range of her R. The range of the ultimate. Now it's 2nd and 3rd level. 250 and 500 range respectively. The Braum Lucian, a classic bot lane. Does have that kill potential. If Braum starts stacking and gets those slowed, Lucian's able to follow it right up with all kinds of damage. They know the top is against Mordekaiser. Aatrox would be a standard answer. You're able to duel the Mordekaiser. Able to get that side lane advantage against him. Maybe you don't do as much as in team fights, but Mordekaiser doesn't like people that can duel him. Everyone's putting the R's out for the ready. Here are the picks. As you can see, Tal, current Grandmaster. That's right, here to play. And here is the playoff picture. So we are right here. Gold Jungle faces Markham Narwhals. Winner goes against the loser between the Dolphins, Belleville Mole Rats. And then we have the final on Thursday. So next match is tomorrow. 7:30 is our approximate start time. And then it's going to go to that Thursday Supercast. The finals, best of 5. And if the Markham Narwhals can make it, what a Cinderella story. Break out the glass slippers. All the picks were already determined. We already know everywhere that that's going. Now we can see a little bit of a preliminary stats here from 10.11. Fiddlestick still on top. He got that slight buff to his passive, and I've seen it used to terrifying effects. Yes, I use that word on purpose. You can pose as your idol and then jump out at people. Kog'Maw's win rate has creeped up. Seen her played very frequently with the Lulu. Yasuo not getting any direct buffs, but being able to utilize some of those attack speed buffs from the Zeal item. Remains a very, very dangerous pick. I like checking this out, the duo bot lane, where you see the highest win rates for these combinations. And this has changed, this Ashe Soraka lane. That is new for 10.11 for it being on top. This Maokai Senna, this is the starving Senna play. This is a really, really high level lane, and you're seeing this in the upper echelons of solo queue really dominating. Whereas picking Senna alone is less than a 50% win rate, but combining and doing that strategy puts her near 56%. The Jhin Bard was the former top lane, 10.10, and then here the standard Lulu combinations. Again, we're still strong in 10.10. And my YouTube channel, for anyone who hasn't checked it out, all the games and the highlights. We're going to get to the round 2 highlights. The ones from Thursday, we'll get to there just a little bit later. Once he finishes that, there were highlights from week 1, some scrims that I'm doing with a buddy. They were getting ready for Clash, and I thought I'd help out. And of course, we're on highlights from week 1, Ontario Esports League. That's where we're casting out of, and we're live. There are the videos getting played. Here we are, all the leagues that you can register for. The new season starts in just 3 weeks. Call of Duty, FIFA, Fortnite, Overwatch, and then the 2 League of Legends leagues. Here's the Plat Plus. So you get a discount, it's $25 right up until June 9th. So you got 1 more week. I'm going to be highlighting this. Save yourself $5. Sign up for the league. It's only $25. You get this team atmosphere, games that actually matter a little bit more. You get to be casted by yours truly. Pretty good. And that's on June 9th. The price goes up. So 1 more week. Start date is the 23rd. I believe that's the Tuesday. Tuesday and Thursday, the games. Join with a duo. Play with your buddy. Canada-wide. And if you like UFC, this is my channel on BitChute, where I upload recent UFC fights with my own commentary. I just set this up 2 weeks ago, already about 400 views. Whole 6 subscribers. So if you like watching the most recent UFC fights with some amateur commentary, hey, it's more, you get to hang out with me a little bit more. And there's all the most recent fights. If you're a mixed martial arts fan, as I am, love talking about that. That Woodley Burns fight was something. If you didn't see that on Saturday. Okay, so we have the teams. We have the early kill pressure in that mid lane for the Yasuo. Aatrox has the advantage for being able to get a 1v1 kill on the top. And in the bottom, you have to hand it to the Lucian Braum. But remember, this is a Yuumi lane. This completely changes it up. Kai'Sa has been recently buffed. You're the jungler on each of these teams. Personally, if I'm the Kindred, I want to help this bot lane out. I want to help this mid lane out. I'm focusing on the mid and the bot side of the map. If you're the Kayn, I would definitely help out this Aatrox. The rest of the map, they can scale. You can look to do counter ganks. You can look to invade. But if that Aatrox loses versus the Mordekaiser top, you're in a lot of trouble. But we're on the Rift now. Come one, come all. League of Legends, big and small. The red team is the Markham Narwhals. They are the away side. Gold Jungle on the blue team. They are the home side with their star Mikhail Tal. Their Yasuo is also in Diamond currently. Very, very strong players. Let's see how this map develops. There hasn't been a whole lot of invades. Both teams very happy just to get to the laning phase. And if you're looking at the summoners, you don't see anything that's too out of the ordinary. Everything very standard. A lot of conquerors. 3 on one team, 2 on the other. The Hail of Blades for Kai'Sa. It's a little bit on the newer side. It's not unusual though. It does get played, so. And right now, how the junglers are positioning, looks like they're both starting on their top side, so away from their bot lane. Ooh, blocks it with the shield. Flex is not having that. It's like, I intend to do damage, sir. Challenging the duelist. Alright, so Kindred makes her way back down to the bot side. Is going to start with the standard leash from the bot. Whereas Kane is starting his red, going towards golems. It looks like he's going to go for a whole top clear before making his way to his blue. Kindred doing something a little different. It's going to go buff to buff. You don't see that too much in the 10th season. So the timings are going to be off. Mikhail Tal is going to still be level 2 when he finishes this blue buff. But if he immediately goes top or mid, these laners are not going to suspect that he's there. And I'm going to have to watch this action. Here we have the invade at level 2. Now, Kane just hit level 3, being able to get that camp. And you see, that's one of the reasons why it's a little bit dangerous to be doing what he's doing. He's taking a fight with a whole level lower. Being able to dodge the CC is Mikhail Tal. He's got the double buffs versus the single buff of coin flip factor. And with the flash, he should be able to lock it up. First blood. Wow, being able to get the duel with a whole level down. Folks, that's an outplay. Mord being able to get some damage when we're having the jungler come up. Gonna force the flash out from Aatrox. And Gold Jungle is feeling like they've just got a dozen roses from their lover. You know, where you feel like, you know, you're being thought of. You feel like you're being heard, that your partner went out of the way to get you flowers. That's really nice. Thinking about you. You're special. You didn't get anybody else flowers, just yourself. Well, that's how you got to be feeling with this type of start. Bot lane getting pushed in from the Lucian Braum. As well as the Mordekaiser are being able to push. Remember, did get help to be able to push that in. Aatrox, no flash, whereas Mordekaiser still has his. The level lead is going to mean the trade is going to be an advantage for Mord. Swooterman's is going to have to get whatever farm that he can. There, the invade going on the other side. Coinflip Factor's having a real hard time in his jungle. Keeps getting invaded by Mikhail Tal, and he's got 2 bars left under the tower. His bot lane rotating, but Lucian is going to flash in to finish that kill off. He saw the opportunity. He's going to pick up a blue buff for his efforts as well. But he didn't pick up the kill. It was the Braum with the Ignite. Would have liked to have that on the Lucian. But there, flashing in as the Kai'Sa. Being able to land the long shot, but no ult as of yet. So far, pushing in every lane is Gold Jungle. So they have 3 lanes pushing, their jungle's invading, and they've been able to kill the opposing jungler twice as he goes for each of his buffs. It really is a perfect early game scenario for Gold Jungle. That's how you take over the first 5 minutes of a game. Watch this replay. Do what they do. Of course, You know, if you can have 3 winning lanes in solo queue, you're in a good spot. And there, early action from the Yasuo, being able to go in, but turning it is the Kayn. He's going to get a 2-on-1 at the top. And Mort is just too deep to be able to get back. Flex having some troubles. He has not faced this type of adversity yet. And with that mana bar at a low point, he's going to have to back. Give Yasuo the crash onto his turret. Going to get about a 10 CS lead before his first back. An aggressive TP from Mord. Continues able to land that CC back towards him. And Aatrox is in a lot of trouble here. He does not have his flash back up yet. Kayn is going to try to turn this. Remember, he's level 4, and this is against a level 6 and a level 5. You're not going to have a good time. With a 3 out of 4 kill participation, Kindred is bringing death and destruction everywhere he goes. And the first cage that we see on screen from Vygar not landing. Flex is going to face adversity here. But he still has not perished as of yet. 39 farm, 0, 0, 0. Got a few of those amplifying tombs. There we have the bot lane taking the dragon without their jungler. You don't see that very often. 6 minutes and 30 seconds starting the dragon without your jungler. In fact, he was on the other side of the map, clearing vision. But here, engaging on a 2-on-1 coin flip factor, likes the chances against Mikal Tal, be able to kick him out before being countered from the Yasuo. It's going to be a trade 1-for-1. And was there a bounty? Let's take a peek. And yes, bounty of 150 is going to go over towards that Kayn. Being able to pick up the Caulfield's Warhammer, 2 kills, 4 assists, 4 deaths for the Kayn. He's not completely back, but at least he's not as behind as he was before. Mordekaiser has this lane exactly where he wants it. He's going to go ahead and use the ult onto Aatrox. He's got him in the nether region. And Kindred just continually ganks this top lane. Does not want his Mordekaiser to fall behind. Frankly, it's the opposite. Both junglers putting a lot of pressure in their top lane. They both want this side lane control. The Kindred's having the best of that so far. Already 2,500 up is going to start the Rift Herald. Remember, that first dragon did go over the bot lane, being able to take that. They're going to go ahead with their back. We'll see what Lucian adds onto that Caulfield Warhammer. Once again, gank on the top. Being able to force out that flash. It's going to mean almost a certainty that you're going to have Kayn back in that top lane within the next 5 minutes. I would bet my non-existent house on this. There you go, folks. That's how much of a gambler I am. I'm betting things I don't have. Tal showing how to get 2 jungle camps at once with the Kindred. Normally see that a lot more on the Zac or someone that can tank 2 camps at once. But Kindred showing how to do it, keep in range. There you go. Cage is going to land. And Vygar getting the most that he can out of that trade. You'd see a lot of players miss some autos there, but Vygar landing what he can when he can. Remember the level differential here, it's still prevalent. Items as well in favor of Mordekaiser. Kayn gonna go into the mid lane, but the ult being able to block with the wind wall. Double ult being able to land. Oh, so close. That was just so close to being able to be turned around from Yasuo, blocking the Vygar ultimate with the wind wall, countering with the double knockup into the ult. Loving that. And there on the other side of the map, we're seeing Kindred take as many turret shots as possible, flashing out immediately, and that is how you dive a turret at 10 minutes. A la Kindred. There, he does have the Rift Herald. You could see them take a couple of plates down here. Let's just camera up. Yeah, you do it until you, about this third plate, then you use it, continue to hit the tower, and then that's how you're able to take the entire tower out. So they're going to continue to hit that, and it's going to bring this tower down to just half a bar. And they might just leave it for now. It'd be a little bit dangerous, taking a couple of turret shots. And they've got 4 plates down on this bot tower. Gold lead now mounting 5,400. Markham Narwhals have not been in this position as of yet. They are being really challenged. They've been behind in other games, but not to this degree. They do have some champions that do scale. But let's see if they got a chance to even get there. Trying to get some turret plates back is Vayne 80 Carry. For the first time not being on Ezreal or Vayne in these playoffs. Going ahead and taking the Kai'Sa as the third pick. Has that Man Immune finish. Went with the Cull. And there, that knock-up. Just being able to land onto the Yasuo. And then getting away. Nice move by Point Flip Factor. He's quietly put himself back into this game. Remember, he started 0-2 being invaded twice. Both his buffs taken away. The first dragon, the first rift, he was gone. He was not a happy camper, but he's got 3 kills and an assist. Been able to claw back tooth and nail, which I imagine Kane's are pretty sharp. I bet he paints his nails too. Like, I think he's going like black nail polish. Kind of has that look to him. He's probably very nihilistic too. I don't read the lore at all. This is just based on how the character looks. Kal'Tau being able to get some early damage. Going to be countered from the Nunu ult. Knock up from the Braum landing onto the 2 members of Kai'Sa and Yuumi. And just barely missing is the Mordekaiser. If that lands, you have a Kayn that is gone to this world. Flex tried to steal that blue buff with his W, but instead is going to get a death. And this is something we're not used to seeing too often. Flex dying in lane. And this Yuumi Yasuo is having a hard time against Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser, who's 4-1-2. And a single bar left on the Yuumi. Meanwhile, the second dragon was picked up from Gold Jungle. Only 2 towers left in this first tier. 1 plate in the mid lane, 2 plates remaining in the top lane. A lot of the gold that's on the map is being picked up here from Gold Jungle. And there you can see 6,200 at the 14-minute mark. You've got a very high chance of winning the game if this is how the gold you start with at this time. There, once again, doing the both camps at the same time. Kal'Tau starting to ping for the Rift Herald. Has the scuttle, has some vision behind it. Going to force the ult out of Aatrox. 0 and 3 for Swootermans. Also having a very tough time in the top lane. He's getting a lot of focus. Hasn't really been allowed to play the game like he wants to play. Lucian being knocked up, just barely being able to get onto that CC. He's going to flash underneath the turret. Braum is trying to help, but missing that CC is going to mean... Oh, look, a coin flip. Going right back into the tower. That's kind of funny. That's okay, buddy. But there, another 2-on-1 scenario. Aatrox. It's a constant threesome up there. And no, we're not looking at your browser history. This is just the top lane. Two members of blue team continually up there. Kindred 5, 1, and 3. Just finishes off that Wit's End to go with the Warrior enchantment at 16 minutes. Tal with a big lead. Almost double the CS of Kane. Got a 2-level lead on him. If you're Markham Narwhals, you can really only afford to ward your jungle, play a little bit defensively. You can scan a bush, camp a bush, but here they're seeing an engagement onto 2 members, a 3-on-2, but still losing. That's how far behind they are. But here's a 1-on-1 that also they're not going to win. Swooterman's 0-5, and the action was put towards him. Kindred just saving the Braum right there. You're seeing a situation go from bad to worse, but Kane being able to get the triple knockup. Add that to the damage of Vigar, and they could trade a single kill back, but 3 kills to 1. Do have a dragon coming up in about a minute from now. Because you just won this, because you just got that last kill, you could try to fight for it, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like Markham is just going to continue to farm, and they're going to decide to fight for that 4th dragon. With this Infernal Soul, it's going to be in 5 minutes. A lot of members on this gold jungle team that would love that extra damage. Not that they need it. Your Markham Narwhals, you need to get a pick. You got to get a pick and delay the game out. You're going to have to take this game into the 30-plus minute mark. And there's a good stop. Being able to stop the teleport. Swooterman's trying to get out of there. Is going to be told you cannot go. You must stay. Just looking to kill as much time as possible. There, just being able to get out. Still being chased on the top, but team fight is brewing in mid lane. You're seeing Markham Narwhals being able to get their best team fight as of yet. If they can finish off this Lucian, which they do, they were able to get the double kill here in mid. Yes, they did lose that 1-on-1 in top, but a few more of those trades, and you could see them back into this game. That Rift Herald must have been heavy for the Kindred. She is of small stature. She must have felt, okay, like I just gotta use this. And there we're seeing it, and just barely being able to be taken out. Not really a huge deal. Normally, if it was a closer game, you would want to use that a little more carefully, but with this type of lead, not going to change the game state. Only 2 more tier 2 towers for Markham Narwhals. But remember, they did just get a double kill in mid. They did just win a team fight. It's a long road back, but there they started it. And Vigar, being able to pick up the Twin Shadows, now has some CC tools to help out his team. Transitioning to the top is Gold Jungle. Wanted to make sure to have this jungle control. It is the 20-minute mark, so Baron is up. You're having the Kai'Sa and the Mordekaiser both on bottom. Remember, teleport's only for Mordekaiser. He really should be using it over here. Aatrox being able to get knocked up from Braum. And it's very, very deep here inside of Markham Narwhal's jungle. And the Yuumi ult is going to be used to try to counter the aggression. Double kill now from Mikhail Tal. And too much damage for Gold Jungle. Until the Kai'Sa is able to get there. Being able to turn that onto Yasuo. You had a 2 for 2. But you cannot lose Veigar. And what was once an adequate trade ended up being disaster. You're having a few pings going out. What is getting done is pushing from Mordekaiser. Has the double buffs, has full health, doesn't need to go back as of yet. As you see, 3-level advantage onto the Kayn. And he's got a good chance of being able to 2v1 here. But does not have his ult. Kayn flashing away, just barely being able to get out. Maces the Aatrox. And if you've seen any videos of people getting maced in the face, it does not look pleasant. And neither of these shots from Mordekaiser. 9-1 right now with 3 dragons. Good pickup here from Veigar. Mordekaiser just staying a little bit too long. And it is a 4v4, but you don't like this for the Markham Narwhals. They have to defend on turret. Yes, you have potentially the strongest member, the Mordekaiser, down, but one of your members is low life. So this is a dragon that needs to be contested. You're having Aatrox go up there. He's going to have his TP up in about a minute, but that's not going to be up in time for when this dragon spawns. It's going to be close, but not quite. There you're seeing 30 seconds on the dragon. Teleport's just a little bit more of cooldown than that. Twin Shadows go out. That is something that will not be available for this dragon. They're looking to rush it. No contest possible from the Markham Narwhals. If they couldn't get into a chance to get all 5 members there, they weren't going to take it. And because that teleport's still off of cooldown, it's off, you know, in about 10-15 seconds from now, they weren't willing to risk it. And this confuses a lot of players, but sometimes even the soul is not worth fighting for. You sometimes have a better chance to just let it go and try to get an advantage through a team fight. Here, the Shadow Realm used onto Veigar before getting maced in the face. Respect my authority! Ah, it burns! It burns! It's my South Park impression from Officer Cartman. Where he's pulling up to Randy Marsh on his tricycle. It's pretty funny. From some of the earlier seasons. Do have the Baron buff. As well as this Infernal Soul. 10,000 gold. You can see how they're not rushing to fight. They're making sure to get all their jungle, reset, spend all the gold that they can. But here, the CC comes down from Veigar. Deciding to hold his ult. Yasuo looked like he was baiting there. Wanted to use that wind wall. Teleport up in about 45 seconds from Mordekaiser. Remember, the teleport is up from Aatrox. These are the types of advantages that With this type of gold lead, you're not going to win a straight 5v5 unless there's a major error made. So you gotta try to get the number lead. And here, they're forcing it inside their jungle. Kane with the Yuumi. Yuumi decided to ult first. Mordekaiser's still not in this fight. He's not going to TP down, so you have a full 5v4. But this is how far that they were able to be ahead. And that's a 4 for 3. Game-changing from Markham Narwhals. Mordekaiser's going to continue to push. He had a choice there, whether to TP in or push. Decided to push. It's the lower risk play. You know you're going to get, as this wave's a tower, you know you're going to get some turret damage. Whereas if you TP into that fight and you lose the fight, then you get nothing. And this is a real good advantage here from Markham Narwhal, getting all kinds of gold onto Vayne 80 carry. Now 6-3 and 4, sitting on a bunch of gold from that kill, for those kills, 800 now. Gonna look to farm some more waves out. We have a little bit of a lull state here before Baron or Elder Dragon is going to come out. Despite that team fight win and being able to get the kill on Mordekaiser, still 9,000 gold separates these two teams. You can put Aatrox here on the side lane. If you see Mordekaiser go to answer him, that's a 4v4 that you want. You want Mordekaiser to be off and taken out of the equation, and with your the poorest performing player on that side lane, and that way that 4v4 is as good of an advantage as you're gonna get. As you're going to have a big part of the gold, that's the lead on gold jungle, away and off into a side lane. Here doing a 4-1 is gold jungle. They keep Mordekaiser off by himself, and to put the other 4 members here in the top lane. And you could see an engage right here. Twin Shadows comes up, flash by Kane. Very big. He's forcing this, but here Mordekaiser's going to come in this time, and we're going to have a full 5v5. Kindred ult is going to prevent his death. Trading back, is the Kane, and as a matter of fact, gold jungle, a 3-for-0. Mordekaiser, seeing what was happening in the top lane, immediately teleports, turns that fight. Tower is of low health. Oh, so close. He's at about 50 health there. And there, the flash ult, followed by the Yuumi stun. The ignite did go off. The Yasuo just has to be hit one more time before he goes down. There he goes. And the Lucian is going to be able to take this Yuumi out to go with the inhib in mid and potentially the inhib in top. They're going to have to get something from this TP. The CC lands on Lucian, and that's what Aatrox is able to do. Sets it up for the Kane. But here's a fight he can win. He definitely can win against this Braum, but that's if he left alone. Braum being able to survive that Zeke's convergence and that Gargoyles doing the work they were built for. You're seeing Yasuo ping out the Elder Dragon, so Elder is up, Baron is up within 30 seconds. It looks like the two teams are going towards Elder. Kai'Sa was about to head down, gonna get blue buff, will probably push out this bottom wave. You can't see her going to Elder alone. And if you're gold jungle here, you could just go look to capture both neutral objectives and then look for your team fight. If they're going to be given to you for free, it tends to be the lower risk way of finishing this game. because you see them didn't contest this Elder, you can confidently walk right towards this Baron with your smite up in just a few seconds and start it, but not before taking the jungle. Gold jungle thinking they like their chances in a team fight. They're looking to converge onto Aatrox, who's got his ult up. Twin Shadows used. Mordekaiser's stuck between a rock and a hard place. But he's just so big at this moment. And no one can really be taking him out. Being able to land that long range ult. Once again, onto the Aatrox. Going for a full dozen. 39-21. Gold jungle. Able to do what no one else has been able to do this playoffs and take a win off of Markham Narwhals. Going to be very interesting to see how they adjust for this game 2. At a best of 3. Let's take a quick peek at these stats. Kills being able to go right into the Mordekaiser and then to the Lucian. There, when you're looking for damages, by far, you have the 2 leaders there. Damage to objectives. Look at that as a jungler. That's a sight to be seen. You rarely see a number this high. This is a unusually high amount of damage. Trusty vision score is looking good. All right. Game 1's in the book. 1-0 Gold Jungle. And we're going to be right back for Game 2. Coming right up. And while we got a minute between games, let's go and check out the replays from last week. On Thursday here on week 2, we have our playoffs. And welcome back. If you're looking for an insightful, well thought out and organized discussion about what's going on in the US and the cities and and the right to protest and all these really important hot button issue topics, you've came to the wrong channel. We've got some round 2 highlights of the OESL playoffs coming right up right now. Here you go in game 1 of the second round. We have the Markham Narwhals up, and it looks like they're getting right into the picks, so we're not able to get to those highlights just as of yet. They're going to be going right into the picks. So we had Gold Jungle win the first game. If I were to predict and think, okay, are we going to see any difference in the bans? I think this Mordekaiser gets banned, right? I think that's the one champ that you do not want to see in this set game 2. If you'd like to see anything else up there top, at least give a different look. Everything else seems pretty standard. And there we have it. They're just posting that they're ready, and then we're going to see these picks and bans in live. If I'm Markham, I'm also gonna put I would put their mid laner Flex on a pick that I might do a little bit better in lane. Something that has a little bit more agency, that can do a little more damage early on. So something like the Cassiopeia, or perhaps an assassin, just something with that little bit more agency. That's what I could see so far. We'll see if Markham continues to ban the Ezreal and Vayne. They look like good bans so far. Vayne AD carry didn't seem as adept on the Kai'Sa. Didn't play badly, just looked really good on those 2 other picks. So let's see. Markham taking out the Nidalee jungle, followed by the Vladimir for the top lane. And there you're seeing Gold Jungle switch that up a little bit and ban the Yuumi. So there's a change from the first game. See if there's any more targeted bans. And the Karma being taken now. That'd be interesting. Yeah, and it does go Karma, I assume, even though it doesn't show. Yeah, Karma ban. So that's confirmed. And there, taking the Cassiopeia, most likely for Flex in the mid lane. The continual damage mage with that game-changing ultimate. Gonna have a lot more kill pressure than with that Veigar. Also look for the jungler to play around mid lane a lot more this game than was last game for Markham. If you're coin flip factor, you're looking to make sure your mid lane is your strong point. Gave them success in the other games. Could also see Markham go for a Zac. Showed good games in the previous series. This time Gold Jungle picking up the Thresh. And if this Kayn goes through, it's going to be a comfort factor. Definitely feeling that Kayn is the strongest jungler, continually picks it. Common Caitlyn counters have been Ashe, have been Sivir in the past. But we're going to have to wait to see on that as Soraka gets picked up. And remember, looking back, that in 10.11, the highest performing bot duo is Ashe Soraka. So that could play in this game. Gold Jungle is going to run back the Kindred, and can't blame Towel for doing that. He looked spectacular, being able to win a level 3 versus level 2 as the level 2 invade. If you can do that, then no reason not to pick Kindred. A little bit of a curious ban for Gold Jungle, taking out the Veigar. You suspect that Cassiopeia is going to be in the mid lane. You don't know for sure. She can flex either in the bot role or the top. So a little bit curious. Maybe they know something that I don't know. And that's why you see the Veigar ban. Once again, Markham taking out Tryndamere. They did this in the first game as well, taking the Tryndamere out on the second rotation. Taking it away from Gold Jungle's top laner. And then once again, banning another mid laner. Yeah, maybe they know something I don't. I will stand absolutely corrected if you see a mid lane pick get picked up here from Markham. And if we were looking at a change of the bans, well, there's the Yasuo taken out instead of the Mordekaiser. So they didn't want to see that mid lane pick. Choosing instead to be fine with if they pick Mordekaiser. Let's see what Gold Jungle does. You most likely would see the mid pick here. You cannot pick Yasuo. You're probably against the Cassiopeia. Let's see who you like. Do you like a Zoe here? Oh, the Akali. So going with the Stealth Assassin. This is a hard lane for Akali. Cassiopeia generally favors playing against melee and short-ranged folk. Akali definitely falls into that category. The Ezreal is also an interesting pick. Some players like playing into the Caitlyn matchup, but I've seen for the most part Caitlyn's picked into Ezreal. This could just be how Ezreal just seems to be generally strong at this point, and people are playing him into any matchup. But as someone who's played a fair bit of bot lane, I really don't like that matchup. If you're gonna stay back and if you're just gonna play with your Soraka, try to fish for Qs, not really do anything too crazy, okay, I can understand it. But you're not gonna have a whole lot of kill pressure here on this bot lane. You're not gonna have any. And frankly, Caitlyn Thresh is looking to push in this bot wave to get turret plates, get that bot tower out, and then rotate to the top side of the map. And you look for them to try to do that before the 15-minute mark to try to maximize the amount of plates that they're able to take off. And there we see the Mordekaiser once again coming right back. This time against the Malphite. So Markham, instead of the Aatrox, is going to play a tank in the top lane. He's not going to try to bully out the Mordekaiser. He's just going to try to go farm for farm with him and try to make a bigger impact in the team fights and across the map. There are a couple different ways you can play against Mordekaiser, and they're going to try the other way, which is smart because that first game did not play out in their advantage. The Aatrox did not perform well. Well, it's not entirely his fault, right? It was the Kindred put a lot of pressure up there in the top lane, made sure that his Mordekaiser got that lead. You could still see pressure put up against that Malphite until he gets level 6. He is vulnerable to ganks. He does have that extra durability with his passive and with his likely tank items made. But you could see Kindred continue to play through top lane. But once again, they have a kill lane in bottom is Gold Jungle. The Caitlyn Thresh are going to be looking for aggressive plays against the Soraka Ezreal. But really opportunities for Kindred all over the map. Especially with the early dragon. With the presumed push that you're going to get from Caitlyn Thresh. A 5 to 7 minute dragon start from Kindred is very possible. The mid matchup, Cassiopeia versus Akali. You do think Cassio is going to push. Once Akali gets to level 6, with a little bit of help from the jungler, can get some kills. Cassiopeia, a fairly immobile mage. Phase Rush does help with that. But a lot is going to rely on these junglers. Match 1 did go towards the Kindred. Let's see how match 2 looks like. Winners are going to get right into the semifinals. We are right here. Winners go right into match 7, 7:30 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday. And the winner there goes against the winner between the Dolphins and the Belleville Mole Rats. And that's going to be our final on Thursday. Once again, I expect these junglers to put a lot of pressure on top. There's not as much as an impetus for Kayn to do so. But he's going to want to make sure that his top does not get as far behind. Again, the prediction is playing around the mid lane. At least be there to engage on the 2v2 if you see the Kindred come in for a gank. And I'm very curious to see how this Ezreal Soraka plays in the bot lane. Remember, Ezreal picked into Caitlyn. I have seen the occasional player that prefer that matchup. We'll see how they play it. You should see the Thresh run Ignite and fish for hooks. If you can land hook on a Soraka, that is the money play. That is the play that's going to get you the lead in the bot lane. If you're the Thresh Caitlyn, you are not happy with an even bot lane. You are not happy to just farm it out. No, you want to be putting pressure. You want to be aggressive. You want to get that wave pushed right up against their tower and then get poke as you have them underneath the tower. You can do that with Caitlyn. You have the range. And Thresh gives you the playmaking ability and the out with the Dark Passage in case the jungler comes down to try to change that. Another matchup is that looked weird was the Akali picking into the Cassiopeia. That's another matchup that it's a little bit of a head scratcher, and we're gonna have to see. It could be all personal preference. But what I have seen is the Cassiopeia does have the advantage in this matchup. So these players in the Plat Plus division, they know how to play their champions. They've got the experience. They've seen these matchups. As we're looking for the jungle, remember, Kindred did start red to blue to invade. So we'll see if he does a similar pattern. Very unusual pattern, mixing it up. Once again, Mikhail Tal innovating from the jungle. Remember, in Season 4, he was busting out the 80 carry junglers and was hard carrying with them. Was doing the Ezreal, was doing the Vayne. And then once again, going with a ranged jungler in the Kindred, albeit a more standard one. And we saw a number of the ultimates change those team fights and enable dives for his team. Summoner is very, very standard on all sides. Kindred running the press the attack instead of the Conqueror, so seeing a little bit less tank on the opposing team and wants to run press the attack. That's it, folks. You change your summoner and your build pattern based on your opposition. I know! It's almost like it makes sense. But you used to be surprised how many players do not do that. They just do the same build every game. And here, it looks like we're having our first invade of the series. They are going to run down towards this try, and I love this invade. You come down along the wall, Thresh in the front, and it's hard to spot him. Here they go. Let's see if he starts hook. Does start hook, but barely missing it. This is round 3 action from the Ontario Esports League Season 6. This is the playoffs, folks. You're seeing the number 6 team, Markham Narwhals, won their first 2 best of 3 series. And now here they are facing against a higher level opposition here in Gold Jungle. Gold Jungle trying to get to the finals. With a win here and then a win tomorrow, they're going to be in. And there we're seeing the red start, but not before going into the cane, being able to force out the flash. Another hard time for coin flip factor. There, immediately ignoring his red buff, he's going to go directly for the blue. And coin flip is worried as he keeps looking backwards. And then here they go. Oh, we're coming back. Mikhail Tal, he's got the level advantage. That's why he ignored his red buff. He's going to get some help here from Swootermans as the coin flip factor. I believe Mikhail Tal got that camp. Oh no, the camp did not go down. But First Blood's going over to coin flip factor. Being able to pick that up. The trade going over to Mordekaiser, and coin flip factor is very fortunate to pick that up. Nice quick response from the Malphite. And if you're going to lose out on that first camp, you can at least get that First Blood to help trade back. Now both junglers go to their respective camps. Kindred on top side, Kane on the bottom. Look to see this top lane. Keep fighting. Malphite going with the Q Max with the Comet. That's the build path that he chose. There's a couple that you can decide to do. He's choosing the poke build. Red buff going over to Kane. It looks like he's going down to either pick up that Scuttle or to gank. We're having Kindred picking up the blue on the other side. And here it looks like they're going for a gank, but it's a little bit not uncoordinated because only the Ezreal was there to be able to... Sorry, only the Soraka was there to put pressure. Ezreal was back farming. So a little bit of miscommunication there. Kane wanting to pick up that Scuttle, but has to Escape does not want to fight the laners. And there, Kindred. Kindred's going to get that stack. Picks that up. Farm is fairly even, but we're seeing the early push go towards Caitlyn and Thresh. Soraka did just get buffed. Seeing a little bit more play rate. Farm fairly even on the top. Looks like Malphite's pushing this in, wants to get a back off. You're very mana dependent as Malphite. Picks up those last CS. And looks like he tried to get a back off, but thought the better of it. And Kindred appears to be on the dragon. Got 2 bars. Might have to use his smite a little early here. There he goes. But still should pick that up. We got our first gank coming on. Kane gonna try to turn this matchup. Picking up the second kill. Malphite now with 2 assists. He's definitely liking the start of this matchup much better than the first. And I like seeing that, you know, attempted to play a carry into the Mordekaiser. Okay, that didn't work. All right, let's change it up. Let's play a tank. Let's see if that works. So far, so good. The early decisions from Markham Narwhals whilst paying off. And we'll see if that mid pays off as well. Deciding to ban the Yasuo and keep the Mordekaiser up. So far, smart move. Of course, 20/20 hindsight. Lane is pushed in mid lane. Being very careful. Not wanting to go too far forward is the Cassiopeia. It's just going to get these last 2. And we'll either roam, ward. Looks like a ward. Yeah, putting the ward for that dragon that will come up in a few minutes. Just wants to be able to track Kindred. Remember, Kindred was able to solo that first dragon, Infernal, for the Gold Jungle squad. Gold is even. Looks like Malphite is either going the Rod of Ages or the Magic Resist defensive item. We're gonna have to see how he continues that build. An invade into the bot side jungle here. There you're seeing the deep wards. This ward here normally stays up for quite a long time. There you're having control wards all in the bot side jungle. But there the fight's going on. Tal versus Coin Flip Factor, but they're going to be joined by the rest of their team. Cassiopeia being able to get some damage onto Mikal Tal. First death goes over, but it's going to trade right back by Cassiopeia. So far, 1 for 1. Swoodermans does not have the damage to be able to finish off Mordekaiser there. Flashes to get away. Coin Flip Factor has to continually run. He is 2 levels down against that Akali. And Mikal Tal having died twice so far. Not the massively dominant performance. But here, the sudden death into the ultimate. Fight's going over as well into the Rift Herald. The fight on bot. There's fight on top. TP is going to try to trade this over. We're having Cassiopeia, and here they are. Markham Narwhals are coming right back with a vengeance. 500 gold lead now. 4 kills, 1 assist for Coin Flip Factor. Saying Grandmaster, I'll show you. Cassiopeia also picking up a kill in the earlier team fight. No kills traded on bot. You did have Ezreal use the flash and the heal on bot side, just barely missing with that ult. You have to say, so far so good for the Ezreal Soraka lane. They've got an even farm differential and has only lost 1 turret plate so far. The Markham Narwhals putting pressure where they can, playing weak side where they can't, and they're playing an excellent bot side weak side. You're gonna really like the Soraka come the mid game. When these sieges and these large scale team fights start to happen, you're gonna see her shine. Thresh, you more have to make big plays to be a real factor. Getting odd man team fights, saving people with your with your W. Dark Patches, sorry. 5 kills to 2, but only a 500 gold lead. But there, the 2-on-1 jungler ganking mid. Akali gets out of that quickly. Not want any piece of that. Back and forth and back again. Top lane, bot lane. Top lane with the unstoppable force. Swootermans 0-0 and 4. I'm loving the change of pace that he's able to do. Congratulations, sir. He had last pick. Did not work with the Aatrox into the Mord. Switches it up. Now has not lost a plate yet in top lane. Facilitating his jungler. Going 0-0 and 4. Yes, he's down CS, but it is a completely different ballgame than the first. And now, Gold Jungle picking up that second dragon. They may be down on the scoreboard, but they've got the early objectives to help keep them warm at night. Instead of a waifu pillow, they have these dragons. And you see the Mountain Soul, and we take a look at both of these teams. You have 1 tank apiece, so both of them are so-so. They're both, it's not the strongest. They both would have liked an Ocean Dragon, and with Gold Jungle having control, you would think that that was a little bit of the RNG that didn't go for them. They would have much rather that Ocean Soul than the Mountain Soul. But here, Coin Flip Factor gonna get some plates in mid lane. And then down to a single plate here, but the turret immediately went onto him. He ults to get the turret aggro off. It then shifts over to Flex, who's then following up damage with Mikal Tal. And look at how much damage that was! That was a single Twin Shadows. Did you see that? That was about 15-20% of his life with a single Twin Shadows. Gets him into the Death Realm. And I was talking about plays from Thresh. There's one. Rotates the mid lane. Gets the death sentence on the mid laner. Secures the kill onto Flex. Yes, they're losing pressure onto bot, but shifting it over to mid lane, they're going to get some turret plates. Good move here from the Thresh and the Caitlyn. But that was also a good Rift Herald there used in the mid lane. Was able to get, would look like 3 plates. A single plate remaining in that mid turret. That means any sort of team fight win or any successful gank in this mid lane could see the first tower of the game go down in the favor of the Markham Narwhals and in the most important place on the map. completely different game than game 1, and we're seeing the adjustments here from Markham. There's Tal flashing over the W. He still has full movement. Coin flip, being at the right place at the right time, hovering this mid lane. And they did the changes that I was thinking here after the first game. They put flex on the Cassiopeia, something that has a little bit more damage, a little more agency. Have the jungler rotate around the mid lane, hover around, and there you see successful ganks and being there to counter ganks from Mikhail Tal. And not only that, changing up the top lane matchup. Really, really nice. Swootermans giving up that wave, doing so, knowing full well that this was the play. Now knows that he has his jungler coming. Mordekaiser has to know that there's another player coming just by how Malphite is acting. Malphite does have ult, and there he's going to use it underneath the tower. And the bait play! Shazam! Really nice. Really nice from Swootermans there. He started that well before Kane came into the lane. And Mordekaiser didn't immediately know that he was being ganked. But here, coming from behind, is the Akali. Going to try to help the Kindred. Kindred ult. Stopping anyone from going down right away. But now he doesn't have an escape tool. Cassiopeia finishing that off in the top. And that was a 3-for-0. Damn! We've got a series, folks. 3,300 gold. Looks like first turret. Let's see if they can get this first turret and get back down to Dragon. We have Dragon coming up in 30 seconds. This is very, very key for Gold Jungle. They're losing the team fights. They're losing on the rotations. But they do have this win condition of if they can get this 23-minute, 24-minute soul that they're on track for. They're going to be the first ones there. Markham Narwhals choosing to do Rift instead. They have that strong side top already. And I don't know if this was a missed play, but Kane immediately uses the Rift right away in mid. And because he didn't have any teammates there, I'm not sure if that's exactly what he wanted to do. But here we're going to see pressure onto this mid turret. Going to clean out that wave. And with Cassiopeia, knock this out. If they can get another charge, they're going to be really happy with that outcome. And they are. Wow! 2 mid turrets. And the charge onto the inhibitor? What a collapse from Gold Jungle. I can't believe they allowed that. They just made this game go from bad to, wow, we lose one more team fight, we could lose the game. Yes, they have the 3 dragons, but that's not going to matter if they've got an inhibitor down and have the enemy players right onto their Nexus turrets. Gold leads remaining static. 3,000. Yes, that 3rd dragon went over to Gold Jungle. But how is this used? They should not be looking for coin flip fights. Just seeing coin flip factor's name there. They don't want to have these randomized melees, because if they lose it, it could mean the game already. I would expect a little bit of safe play, making sure to keep a lot of vision in the river and in their jungle, and play for this soul condition. If you can get the right team fight win at the right time. But here, flash going over from Thresh, but already Kane is there deep. So the hook is going to land onto the Soraka, who's going to take an ace in the hole, but not before the team of Markham Narwhals collapses. And a 3-for-1 fadeaway Q. Bane 80 carry saying, I know what I was picking into. I chose to pick this Ezreal into the Caitlyn. 2-0 now for the 80 carry. He's feeling much more at home on the Ezreal than he did on the Kai'Sa. Strong team play. And I gotta hand it to this jungler coin flip factor. He is the superstar, being everywhere where he needs to be. Yes, despite being down in these 3 dragons, he got the first 2 Rift Heralds. That's why the 3 towers in mid are gone. He used both Rift Heralds in mid, and look, he got 3 towers down, and that mid inhibitor is about ready to go down. And like, it's healed up here, but they had it down to like 15-20%. Bane 80 carry being caught out here. Mord being able to pick up that gold, and let's see what the bounty was. 250 now for taking out that Ezreal, and that goes on to Mordekaiser, who has quite a big lead on the top than what he did before, but just not quite the same. Malphite playing for the team fights here. 1-0 and 5. Sacrificing the top, but helping his team out, and they're winning because of it. Gold lead has increased now. Close around the 4,500 mark. You're seeing Markham Narwhals head up towards this Mordekaiser, and there we have the 2v1. And let's see what happens. Remember, he's got a big lead, but I don't think it's going to be enough to take on 2 full health opponents. And targeting the... Ooh. If that sudden death lands, that's a different ball game. There. Callie underneath the tower, but it's going to go down to the poison. 2 for 1. Because they traded 2 for 1, but oh, Kane with the double knockup, being able to land right onto the Caitlyn. He's going to follow it up with the ult. Then Malphite's going to come in and say, not in my backyard. He's chasing him down. The purple beast flashes for that, and this is going to be a teleport that he's going to regret. 3-on-1. Mordekaiser gonna have a hard time getting away from this Ezreal. He just stood there. Question mark? Question mark? Knowing that death was right around the corner. There, Schwoodermans is laughing at that. Why did you flash if you weren't gonna run? Oh, we're just having fun here, dude. There you go, the 4th dragon headed over to Markham Narwhals. They were able to win that fight, pick up Mord on the backside. And when they've been able to get the lead in the past, they have been able to close out these games here in the mid game. Coin flip factor going against the laner. You really should not be able to do this as a jungler, but he's just so far ahead. 10-2 and 8. 18 out of 21 kill participation. You know you're doing a lot when. Ezreal hitting his power spike now. Has the Trinity Force to go with that Mura mana. 2nd level boots. He is online and getting there first before the Caitlyn. Still has not finished her 2nd item. Has that buffed up Zeal. Now given 2% extra movement speed. Both teams pinging out Baron. Markham starting it, but looks like a half-hearted attempt. They have Malphite here in the top lane. There, control ward goes down. They're going to see it has 4,800. Jungler is right behind. And remember, this is a Kindred who does have ult, can stop that Baron. with the ultimate. Let's see if she uses it. Goes ahead and steals it instead. But gonna trade back with her life. Counter from the Malphite. That's why he was picked with the double ultimate. Gold Jungle takes the Baron but loses the team fight. If you're Markham Narwhals, you march right up that mid lane and you get that inhibitor. If anything less is uncivilized, like the old Gillette ads. Now they went full SJW. There they go. That team fight win. If they do not get this inhibitor, you're going to have to question the Malphite going down. And yes, they don't pick it up. Instead, they're going to get ulted from the Mordekaiser, who's going to get damaged in turn. He's got one shot left from going down. Flex being able to pick that up, but it's going to be retreating towards the backside, trying to get the damage onto the Akali. We're seeing Ace in the hole go down, be able to finish the Kane off. And there, with the perfectly timed Hourglass, Pengu doing the golden penguin dance and using the Hourglass at the right time. He is like the Emperor, standing still like that. You bronze statue, you. Gold Jungle come racing back. And I keep questioning Malphite teleporting down there. If you trade that bot turret, you guarantee that mid inhibitor and you have constant pressure until it comes back up. Now they have the Baron. You lose a team fight. Not in the same situation. And all it would have cost you is a bot turret. Not that big of a deal. A tier 2. This game is dead even. Gold is even. There's still about a minute left on Baron for Gold Jungle. This dragon is going to pop up in about 2 minutes. And you see the Markham Narwhals here, blue team, starting to set up with vision. Kaltal is just going to try to get a little bit of jungle before this dragon fight. There it is, in 1 minute from now. You should see him back, pick up whatever he can, spend his gold. Does have his 2 items complete. Going to start building towards his 3rd. There, Malphite going onto the Mordekaiser, who's trying to tank this damage, but he can't do it against 4 people. Now, once again, I would send 5 people mid lane. Forget the dragon, go 5 mid, take this inhibitor, then come back and get the dragon. But it seems once again there's a mixed call. You have 3 members here towards the bot side jungle looking for a pick, and here Coinflip Factor is going to try to get onto the Caitlyn. He goes ahead and lands the slowing smite on. Ult going from Soraka. And now the other 2 members are coming back. You're seeing Mordekaiser being able to aggress towards the backside. Petrifying Gaze being able to knock 3 of them down. And Coinflip Factor is diving, and with that mid-game Soraka being able to survive that, a 3-for-0. And they're going to be able to get this dragon and whatever else they want. Very, very close there. Bane 80 carry being out at the right time. So they win that team fight. They pick up the dragon. And they're going to reset. They now have a gold lead. 4,000. 3,600 to be exact. No neutrals left on the map. Nothing really to fight over. You want to be getting an odd man advantage when you can find it. Get that by moving together as a team, having superior vision, knowing where the waves are pushed and who's catching them. Check Swooterman's here. 3-0-10. Showing up really big. Side lanes are in an even position. But you're having the river vision controlled by the Markham Narwhals. Baron's up in less than a minute. You can send the Malphite on a side lane, but you don't want him fighting 1v1. That's not why he picked that champion. That's not his function. This is his function, to be that frontline tank, but they don't want to fight. They have Kayn split pushing on the bottom, so they want to get out of this as quickly as possible. There, using the ult to get out. Looking for someone to be able to block that. Mikal Tao has got to use the ult early. Remember, this is an odd man advantage for Gold Jungle. You're seeing Markham Narwhals try to get out, and they managed to get everyone out. Really good job. Once again, Soraka giving her team all kinds of heals, and there, a little bit of a trolley ha-ha, knocking one team member one way, the other the other. TP coming in. Remember, Malphite did use his ult. Does not have his ult yet. Gonna get the slow onto Thresh. Thresh puts his ult down right in the middle of the team fight. Kayn is separated from the rest of the team. The rest of the team is looking to follow him as quickly as possible. You have Kindred's going down before he's able to use his ult. He doesn't have it up yet, and he's the first one going down. Second kill, heading over to Flex. And they're going to be able to do it. 3. They're able to 5-0 ace for Markham Narwhals. Soraka being able to sustain, and the surrender vote goes down. With that 5-0, they were going to be able to march right down that mid lane. And that was the work done from those Rift Heralds. So in this game, Rift Heralds are apparently more powerful than dragons. And the complete reverse of Gate 1. And you got a lot to think about. If you're Gold Jungle, if you're looking at bans, you can once again keep that Ezreal ban. You can put a Cassiopeia ban. I think the most likely will be the Ezreal, and then follow up that the Kayn. I don't think you ban the Malphite. I think you were fine with that matchup. You have to think, are they going to change their bans up? We're going to be finding out very shortly. Just a little bit of extra damage on this Kayn and the Cassiopeia. Oh, exciting Game 3 action for the first time live on stream. We're going to be seeing it. I do not know who's going to win here. I don't know, and that's what's so exciting. And they're going to get right into these games. Rolling the spectate link up fast. And they're going to get right into this Game 3. Let's see if those bans get changed at all. If Gold Jungle doesn't change up their bans, I'm going to be very, very surprised. And there's the timer. Getting us started. Right away, taking out the Yuumi. So far, similar bans. But I really expect Gold Jungle to shift their bans here. We're going to continue with the Diana, so targeting Flex in the mid lane. Still going similar bands. And with this band number 3, do they take out the Ezreal? Do they take out the Vayne? Do they take out the Cassiopeia? What are they gonna prefer? And they're gonna go Ezreal. Smart move. I like it. And then Markham banned Italy already. This is the 3rd time in a row. Taking Mikhail Tal off that pick. We're going to see, does he go Kindred again? Is that going to be the first pick? Are we going to see Vayne 80 carry? Are we going to see him on Vayne? In previous games where Ezreal's been banned and Vayne not, has picked Vayne. Let's see if the trend continues. So Silas here, you could see him in top, mid, or jungle. And right away, Markham is going to put Flex on this Cassiopeia. Remember, the Yasuo was not banned this time around, so that is a possible pick for Gold Jungle. It was banned in the 2nd game. Almost like I've been watching these games. Almost like I've been casting these games and paying attention. We're seeing the Vayne pick. Oh! Last second switches it to the Kayn. Decides to take the jungle. 3 games in a row. And coin flip factor looks exceptional on that Kayn. My vote for MVP in that game too, for sure. Swootermans did a real good job. Don't get me wrong. Taking that matchup where getting crushed in Gate 1 and then going ahead, giving the farm up, giving the pressure up on the top lane, but then being pivotal for those team fights. You know, he was very key as well. Ezreal also played amazing. Soraka healed people. You know, there was a lot of strong play. And the Tryndamere not banned. Okay, so Gold Jungle gets to take... I'm going to say that Tryndamere top, Orianna mid, Silas jungle. Based on how the picks and bans have gone. Now it's going to be not the Mordekaiser in the top. We are going to see the Tryndamere. It's a completely different playstyle. So now if you're Markham, you're banning out the bot lane. And if you're Gold Jungle, you're banning out either the support position or the top position. So if there's a matchup you don't want to see as Tryndamere, or you can take out the bot. So we're going to go right away, take out the Malphite. Not wanting to see that. And I expect another top laner here. Really squeeze the pool of Swootermans. Okay, take out the Malphite. Okay. So taking out the tank picks. There's still Ornn left. I'm not sure if Swootermans plays that, but Ornn is still up. They could pick either. Picking the Garen, okay. I know you're able to get the early trading advantage against Tryndamere, but when you have past the level 6 time, alt versus alt, generally the Tryndamere alt wins out because you're invulnerable and Garen's ulted as an execute. You take that invulnerability to win out. But that's just theoretical. We're going to have to see it in practice. And now Misfortune being picked for the first time in this series. We'll see what kind of support. You're gonna pick somebody with some AoE. You're gonna pick somebody with a little bit of tank. Okay, not at all. So who is the support here? This doesn't make sense. It makes me think that there was a pro draft error here. Thresh. Okay, so that last pick was a Thresh. There you go. So it's not a real Master Yi. That is a Thresh, and that makes a lot more sense. Not having multiple junglers here. And then Vayne getting the Lulu matched up with her as we looked before. These Lulu lanes do very, very well. Here you go, Vayne Lulu. 53.5% win rate, S rating. Predicting more action in the top lane. Tryndamere versus Garen. Each are looking for a kill advantage. They're both looking to get ahead and being able to push those side lanes. If the junglers are not ganking top, it would be very questionable. If you're looking at the mid lane, Orianna's a little harder to gank than Cassiopeia. She's got some more tools to help her get away. She's got the speed, she's got her shield, she's got the ult that she can use on top of herself if she's getting dove. Very difficult to... What? Master Yi? So what's the Thresh? So the Sylas is the Thresh then. Alright, so we're having top Tryndamere, Master Yi jungle, and it's going to be, yeah, Thresh and Misfortune on the bottom. A lot of damage. Thresh, Misfortune. A old school counter pick to Thresh was Lulu. I used to pick the Lulu into Thresh quite a bit a couple seasons ago. Really, if Thresh cannot land any hooks on either of the laners, you really like the Lulu Vayne to have this utility in the lane, but you cannot take as much damage as the Lulu compared to the Thresh, so you have to play it very carefully. Use the minions that you have and stand behind them. Both junglers, and the Yi and the Kayn, are looking to farm early and get big for mid and late game. Kayn generally has better ganks early on, so we're going to see if Mikel can match the pressure of Coin Flip Factor while he's farming up. Remember, everyone, we have the early bird sale for Season 7. Same schedule, Tuesdays and Thursdays nights. What better time do you have to spend the weeknights playing League of Legends with a team? A lot of people have made friends here. I've had multiple people message me and talk to me and say, you know, they really like this community. They really like the positivity here. They really like being able to find these fast friends, get put in a team together, and try to strategize in something that's a little more competitive than your standard solo queue. Frankly, solo queue gets boring. Now you got people that you can get into scrims with. Start drafting strategies, team combinations, that type of stuff. June 9th is when this early bird special ends. Price goes up to $30 on June 9th. Get in for 25 bucks. We got a week left. Teams have been quite well placed. They're very, very even. There's been no dominant team. There's been no single dominant team. Everyone's lost games. And these playoffs have proved it. The number 6 team over here, Markham Narwhals, trying to do the Cinderella run against Gold Jungle. The OESL stalwart, Mikel Tal, trying to carry his team to victory. Had a real tough game too. See if this Grandmaster player is going to be able to bounce right back into good players they normally can. They forget that last game. They take it out of their mind. It's a fresh game. Weak players hold on to that. They think about their past games in their present games. They rage early. You know you're never playing at the same level if you're still got hurt feelings from the game prior. League does not care about your feelings, okay? They care about damages, tanks, and objectives, okay? Vayne Lulu looking to get out of lane at an equal spot because they are going to be extremely scary later on. But whereas Misfortune and Thresh have a little more of that kill advantage, again, it depends on how the Thresh is able to maneuver versus this Lulu. If they're not going to pick up kills in the bot lane, the rest of their team has a lot of really good scaling with this Orianna, this Master Yi, this Tryndamere. Split push central here with wave clear in the mid to help keep this game going on. They have certain factors. They're not looking to team fight with this comp. I know when you see Orianna, Misfortune, Thresh, you're thinking, oh, it's an AoE team fight comp, right? Yeah, that would be right, but look at the two other factors. You have a Master Yi jungle, and you have a Tryndamere top. Both are not good team fighters. What you see with this team is you see a 1-3-1 being the optimal mid-game composition, where you have Thresh, Misfortune, Orianna in the mid lane, Master Yi, Tryndamere split pushing from the sides. That's where you see the advantage. Either of those should be able to win a 1v1 on the side lanes, and the mid lane should just avoid getting collapsed on. You should be able to win the game just by doing that if you're at an even state. But I'm telling you, the scaling is not entirely at one side. Over here, Markham Narwhals, Kane scales well, Cassiopeia scales really well, and Vayne, well, she might be that one factor that can win a side lane battle at the end of the game. Markham Narwhals do want to have more of a team fight. They do want to be trying to get into these big 5v5 team fights. They have the better team comp for it. Gold Jungle, not so much. That's not the most likely way they win this game. Do they play it that way? I'm really looking forward to see if they are going to be avoiding these big 5v5 fights unless they have a clear advantage. Are they going to be playing through the side lane? They don't have a teleport on their split pushers. They have one on Orianna, but not on Tryndamere. Both top laners going Ignite. Both of them looking to pick up the kills against the other. Expect to see a lot of 2v2s and 2v1s in the top lane. And there we have it. Season 6, Game 3 of the Round 3. OESL. I myself, Caster Rav. Check me out on YouTube. posting all these games as well as highlights from each of the games. I also cast custom games. I posted one of my buddies' pentas just recently over to his Discord channels, and his buddies are all like, "Oh yeah, sick penta, dude." Didn't even know I did that. There you go. His friends know he can get 5 kills in a row on with the same person before anyone revives. But here, early gank, exhaust for Flash, advantage for Gold Jungle. And with that Flash of Lulu, meaning she's a target, a single hook lands, and there's really no meaningful way she gets out. Mikhail Tal showing on the bot lane, went ahead and got red buff and immediately went to gank bot side. And there, they got the early pressure, the early level 2 is Gold Jungle's bot lane. It looks like their mid lane and their 80 carry switched. Hengu, I'm pretty sure, was the mid lane prior. And Roy Kai Cal was in the 80 carry position. So far, only Mikhail Tal has ganked in the bot lane, was able to force a flash. You see both junglers here on the top side of the map. Mikhail Tal going for the scuttle. Coin flip factor going for his red. Coin flip factor definitely the more standard of the two junglers, doing full clears towards the second buff. Where here's Mikhail Tal invading with his second buff. Coin flip's only got about half life, does not want to be fighting the Yi in this spot. And they spotted out the Yi, so they have the knowledge of where he is on the map. Level 3 for the Vayne Lulu. Even though they had that slight level lead, they didn't want to engage just there. They are playing this safely. Lulu's flash still about 3 minutes away. First dragon is started. Sorry, not started. It was just the scuttle. Kane picked up that scuttle, and we saw Master Yi go to challenge. But it was a little bit too late. There, the flash flay going in from Juice Fruit. And this is just a deciding of who gets the kill. Thresh just wanted that assist, so gave a little love tap to Lulu before letting the jungler, Mikhail Tal, pick that up. There's Vayne messaging that the Thresh used flash there. Scooterman's being able to get a little bit of damage towards the Trin, but is only level 4. Should like to get it with another minion or two. He's almost there. He is getting pushed in. Farming advantage going towards the Tryndamere. Junglers have not ganked top as of yet. It's a first dragon, wind dragon. You normally see those stay on the map a little bit longer than the rest of them. That alt cooldown is nice, but isn't the biggest factor. If you're looking between the two teams, you'd have to say that Gold Jungle would value that alt factor, that alt reduction of 10% a little bit more. There, both of them are level 6. You're seeing a little bit of a minion advantage for Swootermans. There, he's going to get the friend advantage. Oh, so close. Just missing with that ult. You're seeing that Tryndamere able to finish off the damage. And Yee's looking to trade onto Kayn, but does not want to queue in. Gonna let Tryndamere continue to farm on this top lane. Has not bought yet, but is level 7. That's not a fight that Kayn is looking to take. And is just going to look to back on that cannon wave. There, 2-on-1. Coin flip Factor is in a lot of trouble. Roy Cal being able to land the ultimate with Yee's damage. More than enough. Early lead here from Gold Jungle. 2,000 here at the 730 mark. No objectives taken as of yet. Same with plates. They're all still on the map. There, Vayne with the freeze. Looking to farm up. Does have the Cull and the Berserker Greaves. So knowing that there's not going to be a lot of kills traded here in the bot lane, it's just trying to get levels, get items. Misfortune, though, going full boyfriend sword. Garen having some trouble in this matchup so far. Down 22 CS and a kill. That was because of the first gank that was done. Almost was able to 2v1 Tryndamere, but was just a single auto away, or a single ult away. There, level 6 versus level 8. Right now he's looking to maintain these turret plates to keep Tryndamere in this top lane. So decides to E there. Picks up some farm, but it's going to have to back less than half life. When Tryndamere has his ult, he can dive you. Now, gank going on towards the bottom. Let's see if Tryndamere stops the back, and he does. No, Master Yi's not able to pick up a kill. He does get the flash away from Lulu once again. Master Yi shows up twice in the bot lane, gets both flashes that Lulu's had to expend. We'll take a dragon for his troubles. First dragon at the 940 mark. A little later than we've seen it in the rest of these playoffs. Again, first dragon wind. That's the one you're gonna. That's the one where you see the dragons start a little bit later. We're not gonna see Soul here until later in the game. Probably closer to 30 minutes if either team's able to stack together some dragons. And there, being able to get the slow onto Kayn. Tryndamere, all kinds of damage against him, is going to have to go ahead and use the ult. Picks up the single kill, gets the double buffs. And now Mikhail Tal is going to look to try to add on to this. Cassiopeia flashes, but doesn't go anywhere fast. Garen can't finish that off either. Gold Jungle once again getting the advantage. Early game is all them. You cannot go in there if you're Garen. Very fortunate that Orianna started taking all those tower shots. Wow, what a misplay. I mean, yes, that was an execute, but you don't kill the Garen, and you don't get the tower. Very, very fortunate for Swootermans. He's going to get to push that top wave out and get back to base and get some more tank. He's building as much armor as he can to try to survive, and he still has 2 turret plates up there. If he can keep this Tryndamere up on against his first turret for the next 5 or 10 minutes, then that's a success. The thing is, in the other hypothetical situation, you have the 4v4s going on, and right now Gold Jungle still wins that. The Hydra made from Tryndamere is going to ensure that he's continually pushing. Master Yi just hitting a big point right now, finishes his Ginsus before his jungle item. Garen technically has a turret up there, but not for long. There, we're having a 2v1. Coin flip factor once again is being aggressed on. He is just so far behind at this moment that he cannot stay up for his team to help him. And now Master Yi is doing those things that he does. Real nice clear from Tryndamere. He knows how to clear waves with that champion. There he goes underneath the turret. Flash for flash. Garen could win that, but the E is able to beat the Q. And that first turret goes down. Side lane war won by Tryndamere. Oh, the predictive hook! Playoff reel highlights! Juice fruit! Get your juicy fruit, you're gonna move you. It tastes so sweet, it's gonna move you. A juicy fruit, a taste, it's gonna move ya. That's right. If you were watching TV in the 90s, you heard that commercial, folks. Juicy fruit. Huge predict hook there. Predicted that flash. I love it. As a former Thresh main, that's just a thing of beauty. Cao Tao using the ult there, but not wanting to dive too far. Realizes his team is poised to get into the semifinals. Does not want to risk his first death and this next possible dragon. Oh, and Vayne knows somebody's right there. She's got her team with her. Lulu's still working to get her first item. The Vayne Lulu combination needs a little bit more time to get online. $7,500 gold lead at 15. We've had some stompy games here, but the team that's gotten the lead has been able to hold on to it each time. We have seen the Markham Narwhals come back from deficits. Not this type of deficit, mind you, but they were in tough in former series. 1-1 here. These are the type of plays that they have to make. There, being able to flash away. Being able to time that ult. And they had to use a lot to pick up that kill, but they did it. Top lane, gonna get a slight reprieve from the Tryndamere monster. 143 CS and died twice already. Kids at home, if you die twice by 16 minutes and you're still getting 140 farm by 16 minutes, you're doing a lot right. You're a good player. And Ferris Smurf on you is a good player. And there, Garen. Trying to do what he can, but Master Yi is kind of like the COVID and just won't go away. $5-0. He hasn't been back in a long time. Must have a lot of gold. There he has, 2,500. We'll look to do this top clear. And then back. There's Kane once again in the middle. The Lulu ult is just going to delay the inevitable. Kane is still trying to make plays. He's not giving up. The thing is he's so far behind that he's not able to get these assassinations off. 9,000 now. Let's see if we can see another highlight reel hook from Juice Fruit. He's throwing a lot out there. You know, as the saying goes, you miss every hook that you don't take. He also saved the mana, too. Guess they weren't thinking about that with that saving. And his Yenis does not want to go back. Because you have that healing from the W, you can stay out there until you get bored. Gets a little heavy with all that gold in your pocket. You could look to make that play with the Lantern going over. Another big play from Thresh, and it's very, very deep in the opposing team. Markham Narwhals has an opportunity here with Gold Jungle diving ever so deep. The thing is they can't take out the Yi quick enough. Double kill now for Vayne, 80 carry. She was oh so patient, and now has found a couple of kills, almost has this call farmed out. She's about 6-7 minutes from really getting where she can win a duel. That was 3 kills over for Markham Narwhals. That's only going to stem the bleeding for just a little bit of time. And this is what happens when you have a Tryndamere with this many kills. Essence Reaver finished. Got that Gnasher's Tooth. Wonder if he's going for the Trinity Force as a second item. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Got a big enough lead that he could do it this game. Third Dragon's on the way up. Does not look like the Narwhals are in a position to contest. That vision on the bot side is blue, dabba-dee, dabba-da. Blue vision, dabba-dee, dabba-da. Hook coming in, right onto the coin flip factor. Juice Fruit's gonna get ulted on. He's going down, but he's fairly tanky. And once again, a second hook being landed. And now Tal is doing Tal things and going right deep in the rest of the team. Got the triple kill. He's going for the quad. Come on, friends. Let him get the quad. But Swooterman says, nah. And Vayne's going to go in. She's got to have to try to pick something up here. And went a little bit too deep. Knows that she had to put some sort of kill streak together. And the 4-for-1 going to mean a lot of damage on this mid turret. And you're sensing a little bit of desperation coming out of the Markham Narwhals as they're putting other teams in the position that they were in. There, the big hook landing, and there's no way Lulu's getting out of this. Oh, and he wanted to give the kill over, so Juice Fruit goes ahead and leaves that kill. Lulu gets to walk out, but here on the backside, Cassiopeia is trying to get as much damage as possible, but that ult's about to go down. Get ready to E. Being able to shut him down is the Kane, picking up the first kill of the game for him. And Cao Tao's going to come in and through the backside. He's going to try to pick up the scraps that is left, and hook after hook after hook after hook. Thresh is playing really, really strongly, trying to give the Dark Passage over to the Master Yi, but 4 members of the Markham Narwhals being able to catch right back being able to get the dragon and the team fight. An early ult from Lulu is going to go on to Garen. And they're picking up a late kill here. A 3 for O. And they're going to go for the dive. They have their advantage. They're going to try to extend it. They got the 1. And he's able to get it. Ace! But not officially because Tryndamere came up. But that was like an unofficial ace. 6,000. They've been able to bring it right back. Markham Narwhals picked up that dragon. They're going to slow the possible soul of Gold Jungle. And now they've got a little momentum on their side. Remember, I was talking about that Vayne timing. Well, she's hit it now. She's now finished that Rage Blade as the second item. And she could look to do a lot of work in these team fights. I like the item that Cassiopeia built here, going for the Rallies. You're not doing so well, so she's going to go for the utility for her team than the pure damage. You could also see a Morello being made, as you do have a number of healing champions. Thresh heals a lot, Master Yi heals a lot, so you could see some healing reduction come out, as you don't see anything on the Misfortune, who's going for that Infinity Edge, who's almost built it as a second item. She's really slowed down here in the mid game, whereas Vayne is sped up. You're seeing Master Yi call his team towards the top side. You're seeing the 4-1 on both teams. 4 top, 1 bottom. Remember, Garen went full tank here. He's just trying to keep Tryndamere here. Just trying to keep that tower. And there they go. Thresh once again starting it out with the hook. On to Coin Flip Factor, who's gotten ult. He's going to survive just a little bit longer. Really nice Misfortune ult right in the middle of the team. But countering that is the Markham Narwhals. They're going to try to get towards this backside. Vayne being taken out early is a lot of the team's damage. And now, with Cassiopeia, she's going to be able to face the support and pick up the triple. 4 for 3. An advantage of Markham Narwhals. Cassiopeia remaining the top. And now she's got some kills to her name. We'll see whether she starts going towards that Morello or whether she goes right in. Oh, she's going to go Leandri's. Okay. Going to look to get some more damage from the poison. A little bit of tankiness. Also a really, really good buy. Very, very standard on the Cassiopeia. Can this team fight back from adversity? Starting at the very bottom of the gauntlet. Now in their 3rd series, taking Gold Jungle, who did so much better than them in the regular season, taking them to a game 3. Tryndamere a little bit deep. The rest of the team is going to turn onto the Yi. Being able to take the Yi out first is Swooterman's, but here in the back line, Tryndamere is being able to be taken off. Kane is going to look to back off there. And that was a 2-0 for Markham Narwhals. Once again, they're winning every team fight here in the last 6-7 minutes. But Thresh does not want to miss hooks. He just keeps landing everything. What a player. I'm loving this Thresh play. He's keeping his team in the game. He's making these plays that sets up these mid-game picks and these mid-game team fights. They're all coming off of Thresh hooks. But despite that, his team getting out-damaged from the combined pressure of Markham Narwhals, and this is pivotal here. They have to get this. Vayne being able to pick that up, picking up the Baron, and just getting right out of there. Markham Narwhals. I'm at the edge of my seat. I do not know who's going to win this game. It's really coming down to anyone. You saw the gold lead up as high as 9,000. But now, it's down to 3,000. Narwhals have won 90% of their last fights. But they've got to realize that this dragon is not the be-all and end-all. They do not lose the game if they give this dragon up. They have to engage this team fight in a manner in which they could win. The team fight's what's important here, not necessarily the dragon. And they're being very careful. They want to have this Garen in the front line. He's going armor, armor, and more armor. You see the Thornmail, you see the Randuin. He's going towards... There, the flash from Coin Flip Factory. He's going to miss the starting up engage. He's going to get chunked right down before ulting onto the Thresh. Vayne 80 carry being able to take out Master Yi, who goes down early in that fight. And there, what an excellent play from Vayne 80 carry, being able to knock against the wall. And here's Vayne being able to do what she does here in the late game. Markham Narwhals able to win this late game team fight here in game 3. We could see them advance towards the semifinals. That's amazing. I can't believe how this quarterfinal is going. I keep saying Cinderella story because there's no other term that comes to mind, but you would have written this team off time and time again. But they keep winning these team fights. Vayne being at the right place, the right time, and Lulu only dying 3 times, 19 assists is keeping her alive. They're continuing on, hitting those W's, hitting those E's. And they've got this. They've got this. But if this is a trade, then you have to like that for the Vayne, and he misses the easiest hook possible. He's hit all the hard ones. But Mikal Tao really needs to get this, but he can't get in against the Vayne. Vayne, oh, gets too overconfident, and Thresh isn't going to miss that same point-blank hook twice. Juice Fruit, he's a sharpshooter from anywhere with that hook. This gold lead has crept to a mere 700, 800 gold. It is now exactly even. They have they've completed the comeback, and it evened up the gold lead. They've evened up the dragons. They've got the first Baron. Losing the top lane battle didn't affect them. Spoodermans has done a real good job in not playing with his ego. Started losing that top and went full tank. And you know what? He's been incredibly useful. Doing it for the team. You even have Kane now going deadman play. Because things are not going so well for him. Looking to try to get an engage with the move speed. Looking to try to survive just a little bit longer. He gets bursted down to half health in a lot of these fights really quickly in the first blows of the engagement. Gold Jungle has a lot of vision around Baron. Has a little bit of vision on the other side in the river. Really looks like top. This is where they were putting their pressure. Aaron in a little bit of trouble here. He knows it, and that's why he's going to continue on with this. And the 4 members top. Playing a little bit too far forward without the team's help. And Markham is going to push down in the bot side. They are down a member. Ideally, they'd like to get this tower and then move away. You're a player down, and it's your main tank. Master Yi getting some solo gold here in the top side. Went ahead and built Quicksilver Sash. Been hooked one too many times for his liking. Vayne has exploded now. 10 kills, 6 assists. Now has a bounty. Has a 4th item built as well. Completing GA and Phantom Dancer in the mid part of this game. She can 1v1 anyone at this point, especially if you've got a Lulu near you. You've got the damage. She's got the mechanics. We've seen this already. Baron is up in less than a minute. Dragon's up about 30 seconds after that. So we have Dragon in a minute and Baron in about 20 seconds. So you can't go split for split push with the Garen compared to the Tryndamere. Tryndamere is going to push a lot faster than you. They're able to get the slow, flashing away from the knockup. That's a valuable flash gone. Next time you converge onto the Tryndamere, he won't have it. Ping's going out for this Baron. Gold Jungle has got the vision cleared. Has got the push that they want on bot lane. Can engage on to the Orianna is the Kayn. Remember, they don't have their two split pushers here. They don't have Master Yi, who's going to come a little bit late. So already being able to take out the Orianna. Markham Narwhals. The early advantage so far. And they're going to use that to go towards Dragon. This could be a third Infernal Dragon. You can start this. There, Kayn gonna get hooked and then CC'd into the back lines. And they're gonna go for the team fight instead. They really want to do this. This is a 4-on-5. Immediately, you have Yi taken out. On the backside, Misfortune and Tryndamere are realizing this is a fight lost. Now, with that team fight win, they're going to decide whether they want to push or whether they want to go Baron. They have 3 members down. They're going to decide to push. They have a cannon minion wave here. In all likelihood, they take the inhibitor and they go towards Baron right after. But if they get this kill here, they could go to finish the game. Now we have 4 members down. The first one they're going to be up is going to be Thresh. Then it's going to be Master Yi. But you have 13 seconds here. And they're going to go for it. They see their chance. And they're not going to wait. They're not going to be indecisive. They're all as a team here, and they're going to try to finish this off. The ult is going to wear down very shortly. We have the ace. That's going to happen for about a couple of seconds because here we have Thresh and Yi are up, but they've got 5 members to deal with. And these 2 members cannot stop the 5-member onslaught, and they want to pick up some kills here. We're having a split call, and deciding to finish it off. Markham Narwhals. Yeah! Yeah! They did it! Wow, after getting crushed in that first game, like not even close, they win the next 2 games. My heroes. Winning the skirmishes when they needed to. Vayne picking up the kills when she could, getting to that spot where she just did so much more damage than anyone else on the team. Even with the amazing Thresh play that we saw, hook after hook after hook after hook. Even with Master Yi getting to late game was not enough. Very, very even damage. Very even. I'm a little surprised to see MF, but that's just the power of the ult. You hit multiple people. Wow, what a series. That is by far the... I mean, especially that Game 3. Go back and watch that Game 3. You want to see a comeback for the ages? We just saw one. Markham Narwhals advancing to the semifinals. So long, Gold Jungle. We're going to have to see you in Season 7. Mikal Tal, hopefully I see you back. And Juice Fruit, loved watching your Thresh, dude. Well, we're going to close this event off with going over the replays from last week, and we're going to see everyone here tomorrow, Tuesday at 7:30. I will shut this music down and throw this up. Wow, I got to catch my breath. There's so much going on there. You do not see comebacks like that in a tournament environment very often. And YouTube deciding to be slow. What's new? There we go. And welcome back.
You know that handsome
If you're
guy.
looking for an insightful well thought out and organized discussion about what's going on in the U.S. and the cities and the right to protest and all these really important hot button issue topics, you've came to the wrong channel. We've got some round 2 highlights of the OESL playoffs coming right up right now. Here you go in game 1 of the second round. We have the Markham Narwhals up against the Octopus.
That first Mountain Dragon for the first Rift. Having certain teams that have preferences for one or the other. I myself, I tend to be a Rift Herald jungler, but Binding landed. Flash is going to be knocked out for Morgana, and Resident Evil Strike right under the tower. Oh, amazing play from Khmer Hero, taking a name out of the history books, the Southeast Asian Empire of the Khmer.
That's right, and if you ever want to go see Angkor Wat in Cambodia, that was the seat of the Khmer Empire. It's one of the ancient wonders of the world that I most want to go to. But let's see what this next replay is.
But 9X Gaming, 9 Gaming 11.
Ooh,
sorry,
I'm talking fast.
Just missing that. But he still has Swooterman's in trouble, about to hit the Narbar. And that might be the damage that he needs to be able to finish this. It's just one single bar. One bar, and got the throw for the kill. He's not able to get it. The Flash just barely able to get out. Excellent play from 9 Gaming 11. Oh, I love seeing this top lane action. Yeah. Oh, almost got out. Coin flip factor not letting him go back home to his mama. Saying, no, this is the real life. We're here. You can't just run away whenever you got a problem. No, this is life. You got to handle that shit.
And he certainly handled it in that situation. Continue with our game 1 action.
They're going to get some damage onto Cassiopeia. They'd love to get a kill. They'd love to slow her down. And being able to come right in with the resonating strike is Lee Sin. But the flash away from Cassiopeia is going to be enough to get her out. But whoa, Lee Sin is going in with the kick. So close to being got it done. But we have Soraka just keeping Lee Sin alive. For sure he's gone without the Soraka. We have the bot lane coming up into the mid to be able to help this team fight. The Zac passive starts but is not able to finish because we have the TP on. And just barely able to get out. The Lee Sin, he just will not go down. And what goes down flash for flash is the Gnar. And this is action all over. I can't believe everywhere it's going on. To top, to mid, to bot. The dive is successful for the Markham Narwhals.
That puts Vayne carry at 3-0 in the Ezreal. He was able to carry that for the rest of the game. A little more Gnar versus Horn.
Single tower shot. We're going to see if that's going to be enough for Gnar to win this fight. He's got to get on his horse and keep riding. You can't go trade for trade with Orin. But he can if he doesn't get hit as much. And there he goes. He's using his distance wisely. Decides to push the lane. Going to get a little bit of life steal. And we're having a TP in top. There's going to be a collapse now. Big damage onto the Morgana. Or the Kai'Sa, but Ornn is still not gone. I spoke too soon. Zac's going to come in and clear it out. Petrifying Gaze is going to knock that up. We're having already a 3-for-1, 2-for-1. Almost 6,000 gold lead. And without a steal, there's really no way to fight this. Delaying it. They're delaying it. 2,500. 2,100. They're both fighting. Here's Ornn in there. And he's going to be a big body inside the pit. Coin flip factor is still up. Let's see if he still has his smite. Is able to lock that up.
With the Ace and the Baron.
Reaver, the rapid fire cannon. He's got the Executioner's calling. Be able to take out some of that lifesteal. And there's Aatrox being kicked right into the whole team. What a play from Lee Sin.
Absolutely. Short and sweet on that one.
Sin. 2-1-5. Lee Sin showing the utility. Very aggressive play for Vayne AD Carry. Had started that Baron because she had the Yumi. Being able to pick up the Lee Sin on the back of that play. Vayne getting caught into the Baron pit, having and Lee Sin. Aatrox stopping his back, heading back towards the dragon in case the teams decide to fight. And Lee Sin welcome forward, and he's not able to do it. He trades his life for it, and immediately the pings go out around Baron. Ooh, how is this going to go, folks? He does have the dragon. He did tie it up at 2 dragons apiece, but the instant call over to the Baron pit. A little bit of a mixed call. Some saying pick, some saying let's just do this thing. We have Cassiopeia and Vayne. We're going to do this in under 10 seconds, as the joke I made earlier. Although my Vin Diesel impersonation is not very good.
Nice.
Curing that.
And the other replays weren't that great. But there you have it. Week 2 action. Round 3 is in the books. I'll make sure to have the replays in the game up on my YouTube. And wow, what a story. Markham Narwhals. Watch them. They're going to be in the semifinals. We'll see you tomorrow, 7:30 here on Tuesday. Don't forget, the finals are on Thursday. Best of 5. Don't miss it. See you there.